50,000 kilometers on odometer, but steering wheel completely worn out. Pedals with rubber worn down to metal, driver's seat sunken like old sofa. That car hadn't done 50,000 kilometers. It had done 200,000 at minimum, but person who bought it didn't notice. Paid 16,000 euros. 1 week later, engine started making noises. 2 weeks later, failed completely. 5,000 euro repair, all because they didn't follow clear inspection process before buying. Today I'm going to give you complete and definitive checklist that professional mechanics use to inspect used car before buying. 9 steps you have to follow in exact order, with precise signs indicating hidden problems, manipulated mileage, or breakdowns about to explode. Stick around until step 9 because there I'll explain how to negotiate price based on defects you find, and how to get seller to pay for pre-purchase inspection if car has serious problems. Before starting, let me explain why 90% of people buying used car don't do half of this inspection. Reason 1, they trust too much. Car looks good, seller seems honest, ad photos are nice, they assume everything is fine. Reason 2, they're in rush. They've seen car, like it, afraid of losing it if they leave to think. Buy fast without checking anything thoroughly. Reason 3, they don't know what to look for. They see engine and have no idea what's normal and what's not, so they don't look at anything. Result, 1 in 3 used cars has significant problems buyer didn't detect before purchase. Problems costing between 1,000 and 5,000 euros to fix. This checklist exists so you're not part of that statistic. Let's go with 9 steps. Step 1, documentation before even seeing car. Before wasting time traveling to see car, check paperwork. Ask seller to send photos of documents in advance. Documentation you have to see. Document 1, registration certificate. Check that seller's name matches. Name on certificate. If doesn't match, ask why. Could be legal, selling for family member, or could be intermediary, buying cheap and reselling. Document 2, MOT certificate. Check MOT is current. If expired, deduct from price the cost of passing it plus possible necessary repairs. MOT can cost between 200 and 1,000 euros if there are defects. Document 3, last MOT report. Here's the gold. Read minor and major defects noted. If has many repeated minor defects, tires, suspension, lights, car isn't well maintained. Document 4, maintenance history. Service invoices, oil changes, repairs. Well-maintained car has thick history of invoices. Poorly maintained car has no invoices at all. Document 5, VIN number. Must match between registration certificate, technical sheet, and physical engraving on car. If doesn't match, could be stolen car or accident car with parts from another. Warning signs and documentation. Seller doesn't have papers. I have them at my mother's house. I left them with my brother. Lie. Run. MOT has serious defects repeated year after year. Broken suspension 3 years running. Worn tires twice. That car is neglected. No maintenance invoice whatsoever. Not one. In 5 years. Impossible it hasn't needed anything. Either they haven't done it or don't want to show it. Car has had many owners in short time. 5 owners in 3 years. Bad sign. Something's wrong that everyone gets rid of it quickly. If documentation isn't in order, don't bother going to see it. Save time and fuel. Step 2, exterior inspection, bodywork and general condition. You arrive to see car. Before opening any door, do 2 complete laps around car looking only at bodywork. What to look for exactly? Color differences between panels. Door is slightly different shade of blue than rest, or hood has different shine. That means that piece has been painted. Why was it painted? Accident, impact, repair, irregular gaps. Distance between hood and left fender is 5 millimeters. Right one is 10 millimeters. That means hood or fender has been changed or adjusted after impact. Visible rust, especially on undersides, wheel arches, doors at bottom. Little surface rust is normal on cars over 10 years. Deep rust that bubbles paint is serious. Expensive repair. Headlight and taillight condition. If yellowed, cloudy, scratched car has been in sun a long time without care. If crystal clear and perfect on 10-year car, they've been changed. Why? Accident. Glass. All original glass has brand logo engraved in corner. If glass doesn't have it, it's replacement. Changed after impact or breakage. Not necessarily bad, but ask why. The magnet test. Bring small magnet. Run it over all body panels. If magnet sticks well, panel is original sheet metal. If magnet doesn't stick or sticks weakly, there's filler under paint. That panel is repaired. Most common panels with filler. Front doors, fenders, hood. If magnet doesn't stick in these places, there was accident, warning signs on exterior, too many small paint repairs, 10 or 15 scratches touched up clumsily with brush. That car has had hard life. Parked on street, door dings, general neglect, 4 different brand tires, front Michelin, rear cheap Chinese brand. Owner saves on what's important. Bad sign, scratched or dented alloys, means impacts against curbs, careless use, and may have damaged suspension too. Step 3. Tires and brakes, critical for safety. Tires tell you real story of car. How to inspect tires correctly? Uniform wear. Crouch down. Look at tread. Should be worn evenly across full width of tire. If more worn at edges than center, pressure has been low for long time. If more worn in center, pressure has been too high. Irregular wear between sides. Left front tire is worn. Right front is almost new. Alignment or suspension problem. Repair, between 200 and 600 euros. Tread depth, use €1 coin. Insert it in tire groove. If doesn't cover golden. Edge of coin, tire is below legal limit. Needs immediate replacement. 4 tires, between 300 and 600 euros. Tire age. On sidewall, there's 4-digit code inside oval. Example, 2319. That means week 23 of year 2019. If tires are over 6 years old, even if they have tread, they're hard and cracked. Need replacing. Brakes. Look at brake discs through alloys. Should be smooth and shiny in braking zone. If have deep grooves like scratched vinyl record, very worn. Disc replacement, between 300 and 600 euros for all 4. If discs have thick rust layer, car has been sitting long time, weeks or months. Why? Ask. Warning signs on tires and brakes. 4 completely different brand tires. Front left Michelin, front right Bridgestone, rear left Chinese brand, rear right different brand. That owner buys cheapest each time, doesn't care for car. Tires with bulges or sidewall cracks. Blowout risk, immediate replacement. Non-negotiable. Step 4, engine inspection. Even if you're not mechanic, here's where you decide if car is worth it or not. First and most important, engine has to be cold when you see it. If seller has already started it and it's warm, bad sign. Cold engine reveals problems, warm engine hides. What to check exactly? Cold start. Ask for keys. Start engine yourself completely cold. Should start immediately in 1 or 2 seconds. If takes 5 seconds to start, problem in starting system or spark plugs. Noises on startup. Engine should start smooth. If makes metallic clack 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 noise during first seconds, could be lifters or timing chain tensioners. Repair. Between 600 and 1,500 euros. Smoke on startup. Watch exhaust. If blue smoke comes out on startup, engine burns oil, worn rings. If black smoke, incorrect combustion. If dense white smoke, head gasket issue. Repair. Between 1,000 and 3,000 euros. Idle vibrations. With engine at idle, put hand on hood. Should vibrate gently and regularly. If vibrates a lot or irregularly, problem in engine mounts or engine is unbalanced. Visible leaks. Look under engine with flashlight, should be dry. If you see oil dripping, there's leak. Small leak, 50 euros. Large crankshaft seal leak, 1,500 euros. Engine oil, pull dipstick. Oil should be golden or light brown if changed recently. Black and thick means not changed in long time. More than 10,000 kilometers. Put drop of oil on white paper. Rub it. If there are bright metal particles, engine is wearing internally. Serious. Open oil filler cap. Look inside with phone flashlight. Internal walls should be golden or brown. If you see black sticky sludge, engine is dirty. Terrible maintenance. Possible future breakdown. Coolant, open coolant reservoir. Liquid should be clean color. Pink, green, or blue depending on type. If brown or has floating particles, rust inside system. Problem. If has constant bubbles with engine running, compression leak, head gasket issue. Repair. Between 1,000 and 2,500 euros. Warning signs in engine. Seller insists engine is already warm when you arrive. I warmed it up so you can test it better. Lie. Wants to hide cold start problem. Fresh oil everywhere. Just cleaned with degreaser. Why? To hide leaks. Oil just changed but no invoice. I changed it myself 2 days ago. Convenient. Just before selling. Suspicious. Step 5. Electronics and systems, where most expensive failures are. In modern cars, electronic problems cost more than mechanical ones. What to test one by one. Air conditioning. Turn on maximum cold. Within 2 minutes should blow ice cold air. If cool but not cold, needs gas recharge, 100 euros, or compressor broken, between 600 and 1,200 euros. Electric windows, all of them. Raise and lower each window 3 times. Should move smooth and without noises. If slow or making noises, motor failing. Replacement, between 150 and 300 euros per window. Electric mirrors, adjust in all directions. Should move smooth. If one doesn't move or makes noises, motor broken. Replacement, between 100 and 250 euros. Multimedia system, turn on radio, test Bluetooth, test USB, test navigation if it has it. Broken multimedia system can cost between 500 and 2,000 euros to replace in modern cars. All lights, turn on dipped headlights, main beam, indicators, brake lights, fog lights, reverse lights. If any doesn't work, could be bulb, 10 euros, or complete system, 200 euros. Parking sensors, if car has them, test them. Approach wall, should beep. If don't beep, broken. Replacement, between 100 and 300 euros. Rear view camera, if it has one, test it. Should be clear without lines. If doesn't work, replacement, between 300 and 800 euros. Dashboard, turn on ignition without starting engine. All warning lights should come on, then start. All warning lights should go off except normal ones, seatbelt, doors. If any warning light stays on, engine, ABS, airbag, ESP, there's registered problem. Ask what it is. Demand to see diagnosis. Some problems cost 50 euros, others 2,000. Warning signs in electronics. Many small things don't work. Passenger window doesn't go up. Boot light doesn't come on. Rear left sensor doesn't beep. Individually small. Together mean car is neglected and will have more problems. Seller says you can fix that easily. No, you fix nothing. Either they fix it before selling or you deduct repair cost from price. Step 6. Interior, the real mileage test. Interior doesn't lie. You can manipulate odometer but can't reverse physical wear. 3 zones that reveal real mileage. Steering wheel. On 50,000 kilometer car, steering wheel should be practically perfect. Small usage marks, nothing more. If steering wheel is frayed with cracked or worn through leather, that car has done more than 150,000 kilometers minimum. Pedals, especially brake pedal. At 50,000 kilometers, pedal rubber should have visible pattern. If rubber is completely smooth or worn to metal, that car has done more than 200,000 kilometers. Driver seat should be firm. If sunken like old sofa, with wrinkled or torn leather, many kilometers. Common sense rule. If odometer reads 50,000 but steering wheel looks like 200,000 kilometer car, 2 options. Either they changed steering wheel, rare and expensive, or they manipulated odometer, common and cheap. Other interior signs, gear lever wear. At 50,000 kilometers should have visible leather pattern. If completely smooth, many kilometers. Button wear. Radio, climate control, window buttons. If shiny and worn down, intensive use. Damp or mold smell. Car has had water leaks. Check floor mats. If damp or have water stains, there are leaks. Repair, between 100 and 500 euros. Definitive mileage test. If you suspect mileage is manipulated, ask to take to workshop for pre-purchase inspection. Costs between 50 and 100 euros. Mechanic connects diagnostic system and reads kilometers recorded in other car modules, ABS, airbag, engine. If don't match odometer, it's been tampered. Step 7. Test drive. Never buy without driving it. This is acid test. You have to drive car yourself, minimum 20 minutes. Ideally city and road. What to feel and listen for during test. Clutch. Accelerate in 3rd gear at 1,500 RPM. Press accelerator to floor. RPM should rise proportionally to speed. If RPM rise but speed doesn't, clutch is slipping. Clutch replacement, between 600 and 1,200 euros. Gear changes. All gears should engage smooth and precise. If any gear is hard to engage or makes noises when changing, gearbox has problems. Repair, between 1,000 and 3,000 euros. Braking, brake. Hard from 80 kilometers per hour. Car should brake in straight line without steering wheel vibrating. If wheel vibrates, discs are warped. If car pulls to one side, brakes are unbalanced or suspension has problems. Steering should be stable. On highway at 100 kilometers per hour, release wheel for 1 second. Car should go straight. If pulls to one side, needs alignment, or has suspension problem. Noises over bumps. Drive over bump or speed bump, listen. Should not make loose metallic noises. If makes clonk clonk, something loose in suspension. Repair, between 150 and 600 euros. Acceleration, accelerate hard from standing. Engine should respond smooth and progressive. If there are jerks, power gaps, or engine bogs down, problems with injection, spark plugs or filters, warm engine test, after driving 20 minutes, stop car. Turn off engine, wait 1 minute, start again. Should start just as well as cold. If now takes longer to start or makes different noises, there's problem. Warning signs and test. Seller doesn't let you drive. I'll drive and you test. No, either you drive or you don't buy. Seller makes excuses not to do long test. Don't have time. No fuel. Battery is low. All excuses to hide problems. During test, a warning light appears. Engine, ABS, ESP, stop immediately. Ask what it is. Don't keep driving until you know. Step 8, specific inspection by engine type. Each engine type has known weak points. If gasoline, oil consumption. Ask if it consumes oil between changes. Modern gasoline engine shouldn't consume anything. If consumes half liter every 1,000 kilometers, internal wear. Jerks or lack of power, especially in small turbo engines. 1.0 or 1.2 3 cylinders. If jerking, could be coil, spark plugs, 100 euros, or turbo, 1,500 euros. If diesel, DPF, particulate filter. Ask if it is regenerated correctly. If car has only been used in city, DPF will be saturated. Cleaning, 300 euros. Replacement, between 1,200 and 2,000 euros. Turbo, diesels have turbo. Accelerate hard. If excessive black smoke or response very slow, turbo is damaged. Replacement, between 1,200 and 2,500 euros. Injectors, in diesel they get dirty. If engine runs rough at idle or struggles to start cold, may need cleaning, 300 euros, or replacement, 1,200 euros. If hybrid, battery state, this is critical. Ask to see battery state of health in car system, should be above 85%. If below 75%, battery is very degraded. Real electric range, charge battery to 100%. Check how many kilometers it says it has. Drive only electric until gasoline engine starts. If does less than 70% of promised, battery is bad. Step 9, warranty and final negotiation. You've done all inspection, found defects. Now you negotiate. How to use defects to negotiate. Make written list of everything you found. Put price on each thing. Add up total. Present list to seller. Ask them to deduct that amount from price or repair those problems before purchase. If seller refuses, you leave. There are more cars. There are always more cars. Professional pre-purchase inspection. If car is worth more than 10,000 euros, worth paying for professional inspection. 50 to 100 euros. Tell seller, I like car. Before deciding I want to take it to mechanic for complete inspection. If mechanic finds serious problems you haven't told me about, you pay for inspection. If finds nothing serious, I pay. Honest seller will accept. Seller with something to hide will refuse. Written warranty. If buying from professional dealership, demand written warranty. Minimum 6 months, covering engine, gearbox, and basic electronics. If buying from private seller, no legal warranty. Everything at your risk. That's why pre-purchase inspection is even more important. 3 golden rules. Rule 1. If seller makes excuses not to show you something, run. Documentation, cold engine, long test. Everything must be available. Rule 2. If you find 3 or more significant problems, don't buy even if price is low. Car with many small problems will have big problems soon. Rule 3. Never buy on impulse, even if price seems incredible. Even if seller says another person is interested, take your time, do complete checklist, always. And leave me in comments, have you bought used car? What problem did you find afterwards that you didn't see before? Hit like if this checklist will save you thousands on your next purchase. Share with someone looking for used car right now. And subscribe because next video will be, I bought cheapest used car I could find. This is what I discovered in first week. Buying used car can be excellent decision, or can be your worst financial nightmare. Difference is following this checklist to the letter. Now you know exactly what to do. See ya.